Hello and welcome to today's podcast. So actually, in my mind, after recording the last session, I was like, this time I'm going to come up and fire you guys up. Like I'm going to motivate you. But then last week taught me a very big lesson. So last week was one kind for me. Emotionally, mentally, everything. It got to the point where I was feeling like I was just like a zombie walking around. Basically, that was how I felt. Like, that's how bad it was. I felt like I no longer wanted anything. I was just there. And that was when I knew it doesn't take motivation to get you out of whatever state you might be in. It doesn't take motivation at all. Because no motivation could take me out. So at that point, I realized I had to reach out to somebody I knew could help me, to people I knew could help me. So I reached out to a friend of mine, his mentor. I reached out to his mentor, and he set a meeting with me. Then I spoke to another friend. I spoke to both of them. One day's around, so we went for a stroll, and they was talking to me and advising me, asking me some questions, and it did not motivate me. Not all those motivation I say we think you can beat. Well, there's some truth in it, but there are certain points you get to that no motivation will bring you back. Well, so while I was speaking with my friend's mentor, he said some things that I feel that when you are at that point, that I feel they will help you. I'll also speak about what my friend said as well. If I still find out new things, I will share. I'm always here to live, learn, and to share. That's basically what I do. When I learn new things, I'm usually eager to share it with you guys. So what he said was begin with the end. When he said begin with the end, it means you already have an end in mind. But at that point where you are in, you will not feel like, in fact, you most likely don't want any end anymore. You just want to be. But just hold this in your palm. Begin with the end in mind. Number 2, focus on the system that delivers the result you want. Now, I know you are mentally not in the state to do all these things, but just hold them in your palm. We are going somewhere. Number 3 is when you feel like not doing it, just do it. Do it because of the results that it will bring. Number 4, at the place of boredom, detach yourself from what you feel and just act. That's number 4. Number 5, drop the fuse and do what you are meant to do. Number 6, read the 7 habits of highly effective people. Now, you've taken all those ones, you've kept it in your palm. So, myself and my friend's mentor spoke in the afternoon. Then the stroll with my friend was in the evening. So, while I was strolling with my friend in the evening, now remember the first thing was begin with the end in mind. It was asking me certain questions that reminded me of the things I wanted before. Not at that present time, but the things I wanted before. He asked me questions like, okay, so why did I start my podcast? Why did I do this? Why did I do that? What do I want to do? What was the aim of starting this thing in the first place? Begin with the end in mind. Number 2, focus on what delivers the results you want. Focus on it. So now you've remembered. The second question he asked me was, okay, so what are the things you are supposed to do to get the results that you want, but that you are not doing them? That was the question he asked me. He asked me that at what point would I discover that I am successful at this thing, that I have attained success at this thing. That means define what you mean as success pertaining to that thing. If what you mean by success is getting a 5 dot in school, define it. If what you mean by success in accordance to your line is designing 3 social media designs weekly and uploading them on your social media pages, if that's what you define as success, what are those things that will help you achieve them? Reading your books, doing this. Now, it's not really to get you motivated, it's to remind you of why you started in the first place. It's to remind you of why you started in the first place. So when you are in that point where you no longer feel like moving forward, no motivation can help you. No motivation can help you. I was lucky to have the people I have. I was lucky to have those people talk to me yesterday. Yeah, so just yesterday the conversation occurred. I was very lucky to have the conversation with these people, but not everybody might be lucky. Another thing the mentor said was, motivation is overrated. Motivation just gets you hyped, and by the time it goes, you're back to your normal energy. And while you're on this path, know that yourself and boredom would be friends. After we spoke, he was like, the 6th thing I said was read 7 Habits of Effective People, yeah? So he told me to read it. I'm to be giving him a daily summary of what I learned. But I should probably tell you what I learned. Okay, so I'm not with my notes right now, but let me try to remember some things I learned from the book. Reading yesterday. Oh, no. We spoke on Friday. Yeah, not yesterday. We spoke on Friday. Yesterday was Saturday. Today is Sunday. We spoke on Friday. So I started reading the book yesterday. I already dropped my review. I dropped my review to him around 10. Well, so what I learned from the book is we usually see things from our own perspective. Okay, so the book had this image of one. I'm sure some people have seen that image before, where some people will be seeing a young lady, some people will be seeing an old woman, a very old woman. Like that woman will probably looking sad and all. And yesterday in the room, when I was reading the book, I think myself, my roommate, and 3 other persons were in the room with us. Like our friends, yeah. They were in the room with us. So I showed my friend. She was seeing a young lady. My own friend was seeing a young lady. My friend's friend, who was around, was seeing an old woman. My friend's roommate, yeah, was seeing a young lady. They will not begin to feel like something is wrong with me because I'm not seeing it this way. Something is wrong with me because I'm not seeing it this way. But that's not true. Because you're not seeing it the way people see it doesn't mean something is wrong with you. It just means you have to, it's because of the knowledge you have of that thing. When I was able to explain it to both of them, there was a point I had to sketch. I had to sketch it out gradually to show them so that they could relate it with it. So that they were able to relate it. I had to I was so dramatic because I needed them to see it. So when I was able to explain it to them properly, they were able to see it from that angle. My friend's friend, who is also my friend, yeah, was able to see the young lady, and my roommate was also able to see the young woman, and we all got to that moment, like, oh, I see. So basically, it's based on the knowledge you have of a thing that you see that thing. Who we are is louder than what we say. If you notice, when you see someone doing something that you've never seen them do before that pains you, probably be like, now I see your true color and all of that. That's because what the person we are, the person people see us as, is very loud than what we say. I might tell you I love you, and at your back I may be saying so many wrong things about you. Whenever you hear that I say bad things about you, you already, even if I tell you I love you from now to next year, you most likely won't believe that, because you know that I'm saying bad things about you behind you. Do you get? So who you are is louder than who you are is louder than what you say. And a quick fix. Quick fix is motivation. You trying to motivate yourself to do something is a quick fix. Quick fix is smoking so that you can forget your issue. Quick fix is just doing something that temporarily shifts your mind from that thing, and it's not going to solve the problem entirely. So you need to learn the hard way. Master those things that you actually need to master. Don't follow techniques because it's simple and easy to take and the steps are easy to take. Just master the things you need to master. If there are things that you need to pick up, take your time to pick those things up. Don't look for quick fixes. Quick fixes never solve a problem. They just delay the pain till later in the future. Do you get? It's not necessarily later in the future, but later. Sure you get. So, well. We've come to the end of today's episode. I hope you are able to pick one or two things, and I really hope that you don't remain in that place you are. Don't remain in that place you are. Try to remember the things that got you started in the first place. If you feel like you're tired, take a break. If you have friends that you can reach out to them. And if you don't, try to, on your own, try to remember. Reach out, try to remember what made you start in the first place. What made you start in the first place? That thing has to be so strong to push you. If it's not strong enough, you will still be in that zombie mood. So to get out of that zombie mood, you need to, why did I start this thing in the first place? Today I didn't feel like recording, but why did I start this in the first place? It's not going to be easy, but why did I start this in the first place? Your friendship is getting harder and harder and hard, and you feel like you need to give up, but why did I start in this first place? If you don't have a strong why, I'm betting it with you, you would, before you will leave the zombie mood, it will take a while, a very long while. And another thing I did was I prayed. I was like, you know, the part of the Bible that says it's God that gives us the will, and the strength to do. You get? So I legit, that was like my prayer on Friday, because I no longer felt like anything, man. I didn't feel like praying, I didn't feel like reading my Bible, I didn't feel like doing anything. I was just there. But thank God. No, I was not depressed. But really reach out to your friends and pray to God to give you the will and the strength to actually take actions. So that's all for today, guys. See you in 2 weeks' time, or maybe, just maybe, see you next week. Enjoy the rest of the day. Bye.